Hey guys, welcome back to Animeinkart Live Talks. I swear we were just here yesterday. Well, yeah, definitely we were here yesterday, but we're back again today. And definitely, I hope you guys had a good start to the week. I know it's Monday. Usually, Mondays are not the greatest for everybody, but we gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta start the new week. You know what I mean? So definitely, let's get everybody in here that needs to be in here, and let's get it started. So, I hope you guys had you know, having a great night as well. And let's just get a few other people in here. We just like to share that we're going live on our different platforms, so mostly Instagram and sometimes on Discord. So I'm going to do that right now and then introduce our lovely guests that we have on tonight. Definitely always love, having different people and, just seeing how the connections have grown and everything like that. So let's get a few other people in here. All right. Okay, let's do this. One more person. Okay, so today we have very special guest, Marcus, who is the co-founder of Veilbound Comics. As you know, we had another creator that's also the other founder of Veilbound Comics, called Pathetic 77, and they are a writer. They also are the creator of the comic known as Deadly Adventures of the Power Gang, and the company has some amazing IPs that they're working on, in their indie comic book company. So definitely let's get them on the show and let's get it started. Hi. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. It was just a busy day, but we're here. We're finally here.
Mm-hmm.
How about you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It was busy for me too. Monday, going back to work and stuff.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And again, thanks for reaching out for wanting to be a part of the show. I really do appreciate it.
I've been watching you. So yeah, Javon had introduced me to you because I think our very first interview I had did. So I have been noticing and paying attention to what you be doing. I like it too. It's smart.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that.
Give me your own name and stuff like that.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And for the people that may not know who you are, introduce yourself and what you do.
All right, my name is Marcus Valentine. Like you said, co-founder of Veilbound Comics and the creator of Daily Adventures of Power Game. I decided to start doing comics. Well, so I had epiphany one time. I was like in jail and stuff like that. And when I came up with my main character, whatever, it's probably like around about 2016. So I'm from Columbus, Georgia. And I might not know about. I think I ain't 100% sure. He either from Columbus and Atlanta. I feel like he's from Columbus and Atlanta, but the creator of Homeless Homeboy, he's from my city, whatever. So what actually inspired me to actually just go out there and start making comics is one day I seen him at the shopping center. Like I already came up with the character probably years before, but once I ran into him, matter of fact, I got his comic too. It's somewhere in one of my shoe boxes. But when I bought his comic, I was like, oh man, it was kind of shocking to see somebody just, especially black, you know what I'm saying? And he was like putting in footwork selling his comics, like back in the day how people just sell CDs.
Yeah.
And when I see him do that, it struck something in me. I wanted to start, start writing. And another thing that made me want to start writing too is I kind of had mentioned to you earlier that I was trying to be a rapper and stuff like that. But age, you know what I'm saying? You get a little age, you're like, man, it's behind me now, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I never do. I don't want to say I do comics for money, because that'd be crazy, but I always wanted to be rich. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also, I want to say I'm also a comic necessary fan because I just not really started getting comics. But I'm a Saturday night cartoon kid. Saturday morning cartoon kid. So I love animation. I grew up on like superhero cartoons and stuff like that. I watch all in the 2000s. I used to be in love with the Marvel movies that come out, the Avengers and stuff like that. And if you could meet any of my kids, they tell you about all type of superheroes. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of what there's like. I don't watch anime per se, but I'm more into superheroes. If you get what I'm saying. All types of you know what I'm saying. Anything superhero, I'm gonna watch it probably.
No, yeah, that's definitely fair. Everybody gets into different things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to say, because you did mention how you wanted to be a rapper at first, but then transition to writing. What was some
Mhm.
of the like transitions or maybe like learning curves you had to deal with, like because transitioning from trying to do that to like writing?
Okay, so I think whenever I do anything, I kind of study. Like even when I was a rapper, I studied rap. I still do. So I watch certain stuff. So one day I started doing watching people interviews. I started watching like what we're doing right now. I started watching stuff like that. I also watch videos that give you tips on how to write comic books with it. So when I started doing that, I kind of started trying to put it together and stuff like that. And now I would say I wouldn't say that writing was the hardest part. I think the
Yeah.
hardest part for me was navigating how much everything costs,
Mm.
who I should hire and who I shouldn't hire,
Yeah.
and what I'm saying, is that person gonna be a person that can work on the same time that I'm trying to pay them? What I'm saying? So I would say my first comic book was a huge lesson. What I'm saying? Like, okay, I know I got down pat now, but when I look back at it, I feel like I spent too much money for not enough quality. If you get what I'm
Mm.
saying.
No, yeah, I definitely understand that. And actually, I love asking because, I got to ask, copacetic about, how Veilbound Comics came to be. So I wanted to ask from your perspective, like, what was the push, to start Veilbound Comics, and what was like, how has it been like, starting this company from scratch to where it is now?
Okay, so when I first did my comic, right? Okay, so when I first started doing when I had the thought in my head, I wrote my main character inside the Marvel universe. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? Okay, so boom. So now like, nah, I don't want to do that. So then I came up with a whole universe of characters, whatever. Then I started writing. Then as I read, I like, it's too much. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna grab nobody's attention because there's too much going on. You know what I'm saying? So boom, I need something more simple and focus more on just a group of people, you know what I'm saying? Like, which is about three characters as far as the power game. So I just want to focus on them three characters and their story. But at the same time, I want my characters to kind of be in a universe. So what would be the easiest way or the quickest way to do that is probably like just probably join with somebody else and start putting things together. So when I met him, actually, I think the core of the Veilbound universe is probably more of his ideas
Mm.
because Big City is a fictional city that I came up with, and I think my characters operate within that city right there. So they kind of more of they're in Transylvania, because my character also a vampire. So it was like my main focus. So I was really open to whatever he wanted to do with the universe, and I kind of liked it too because it made me be a better writer. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to write to make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
all these taking place in the same world, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I actually did open together a Halloween piece that I had wanted to do this past Halloween, and I had contacted a couple of people, which one person was already a friend that already had did one of my comic books for me.
Mm.
He had created for me, so I used one of his characters, my main character. I also used somebody from Lawful Evil, Sucky
Mhm.
Baby Lee, her
Yeah.
character. Yes, I used that character. And my another friend that I know from Nigeria, Joseph with Joseph Patrick, I used his character, and I reached out to Javon with her because I liked his character with he had a goat head, like a hitman
Yeah.
with a goat head. So when I first seen it, it intrigued me, you know what I'm saying? So I reached out to him. So everybody agreed to do this piece with her. I had a little story going on with it, whatever. And me and him was actually just talking and stuff like that. He's very religious, so we did a lot of talking. I'm a little bit older than he is, though. You know what I'm saying? But I like him. You know what I'm saying? I like him. I like his spirit and stuff like that. So I like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how you want to, you know what I'm saying, what you got going on, but if you'd be interested in doing this, I'm definitely interested in doing
That's awesome.
it.
And definitely, I wanted to talk about the Deadly Adventures of Pirate Gang and what inspired you to start that, like create that story.
Okay. So, you know, I had said to myself, okay, so what if I had got like, okay, so the character, the backstory is not necessarily my backstory, but how he reacts and stuff like that, how his character and stuff like that, how he acts is probably me. You know what I'm saying? That's how I act. He based off me, but not his backstory. I grew up better than that. But I had one to kind of make a story of people that, the average black person, you know what I'm saying, who might just get some powers, you know what I'm saying, 9 times 10, you living kind of a little roughly. You're not necessarily, they anti-villains, you know what I'm saying? So they're not necessarily villains, but when everything they do is for a reason, if you get what I'm saying. They're just not out here. acting crazy. Like for instance, Black Bat, which is my main character. Most of his stuff that he do that's bad because he connected to the power gang and that he's the son of Dracula. Other than that, he will be a hero. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but basically, all obligations. He still had obligation to keep to people who took care of him while he was a child, basically.
Mm. Yeah, I definitely tried to start reading some of it, and I definitely see what you mean because it's like pretty much it's like I see the anti-hero aspect because it's like certain things they were doing, but then he's like, wait, I gotta do this because like I had a favor, but then like they're saving people at the same time. So I see the nuance in it. And what was the inspiration for like the name of the city that you created and everything like that? And I know, and if I remember correctly, I think it's centered like it's inspired around like Newark, if I remember correctly.
Okay,
Or
not necessarily. So my city, okay, it actually inspired. So it's a floating city,
okay.
whatever. It's a floating city.
Mhm.
So it's more inspired by. I'm from Columbus, Georgia, whatever.
Oh, okay.
So it's more inspired by like Fort Bend put it together, whatever. But like I said, Javon kind of laid the groundwork for the universe. So I kind of played around with his universe to make it make sense, whatever. Where it was built because of Texas, but in our universe, Texas don't exist, got blew up. So for that fact, the government and secret agency put together to make this big floating city, whatever. And so it's kind of like I call it also the land of opportunities, kind of speak. You know what I'm saying? Like not New York, like a great migration. Like they call not the gold. I put like the gold rush and New York into one. Like when you go there, called the move. Like I made the move to big city. You know what I'm saying, for better opportunities. And the city is 5,000. It's the size of 5 cities, whatever the floating city is, and everything futuristic on the city. So I kind of like wanted some. This it's like they for actually Columbus, Georgia. They going to big city too for opportunities. You know what I'm saying? To lay the groundwork. Like I sent 3 people up there. 3 of them went there, so they did to make the groundwork for their game with it.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense, and I definitely want you to talk about like some of the characters that's in the story because they all have like intriguing names. And one of the things I wanted to bring up, but actually because I can share my screen so people can actually see what I'm talking about. So let's do that. Right here. Okay. So I like the fact that for a lot of the characters, you guys have like these play cards where you show like the different, powers that they have and everything like that. So for example, this is the one for Black Cat. So I wanted to ask, what inspired you to create like these play cards for like all the characters? So I saw for Street Smarts, and they even have a copacetic, like everybody that's in the story almost.
Okay. So it actually was a guy who makes these cards, whatever that I talk to sometimes. Javon already had one for copacetic already, so I was kind of intrigued by his card and stuff like that. And the guy actually has a game that he plays on Discord with everybody. Like that many people don't be inside the Discord playing the game, but he actually made this a game though. Like sometimes, like dang, because he had actually made a card for so many people, whatever. I like people actually that play this game. Ain't no telling what the game just get him and indie people because it's our character. You know what I'm saying? So. But he actually developed this game himself. I know it's like DUCT
Yeah.
or something like that. But I don't know his name actually, whatever. But I want to try to send a shout out. But yeah, that's how I came about getting the cards though.
That's pretty cool, and I definitely want you to talk about more about like Street Smarts and Black Cat, and like what was the inspiration behind the characters, and like what their role kind of is in the story for the both of them.
Okay, so as far as Black Bat, I had what maybe came up with his character was that also so they look to like I wanted like a goon type look. That's why he got the ski mask on. I want like if the average what I'm saying black person neighborhood to get some powers. What kind of mask you gonna have just lying around throw on the ground? You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no superhero Taylor. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what we got right here. And so as far as Black Bat, we maybe want to create him. What's our reason I already had obsession with vampires. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna create him as a vampire, whatever. I also want him to be strong enough that he might have to fight monsters. Like he can't beat the Hook, but he might last a couple minutes with the Hook. You know what I'm saying? When he go into the bat form. So and that's only like in panic times where he enter that form, whatever. So, but I also want him to be street level at the same time too. where he could be doing regular things. You know what I'm saying? I never want a character to be too powerful. You know what I'm saying? Like, because even in his bat form, he's still not too powerful. You know what I'm saying? So my inspiration to create him, and also I want basically I want something to be like kind of in a what you call like the monster type of word. I've been kind of like I've been
Yeah.
intrigued with it. So then I created him for street smarts. I created street smarts after my brother. My brother, he 21 years old. He just graduated with his bachelor's degree. He can go be a lawyer. He can start school to be a lawyer. So he's so proper, whatever. So I kind of created him based off him a little bit. But Street Smarts is a mad scientist. You know what I'm saying? Like very unorthodox. And he actually found this alien robot brain. An alien robot brain. The name of the alien robot brain is called Her. So with this tool, he almost unstoppable, you know what I'm saying? But he also just a regular man too, you know what I'm saying? Just a smart regular man. But with that robot brain, it takes him to other levels.
That's really interesting, and I love like the art and like just how there's an overarching story and kind of like the collaborative effort, and I really do like this picture right here. So I definitely want you to talk about it. And I know there's other characters such as Kiyomi and Straps, and definitely like what their role in the story is, because I do remember Kiyomi when Copacetic talked about that character a little bit during our interview.
So with Kiyomi, what ends up happening with Kiyomi is when she escaped Japan with him, and when she escaped Japan, she kind of ends up in big city. And when she ends up in big city, she meets Straps. Straps is on a mission, and they run into each other, and she kind of become affiliated with the Power Gang. So in this picture right here, like I said, my group is kind of like anti-villain. So if I collab with somebody who's got a hero as a character, I like in the they need to be fighting. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? I talked to him, and we did something with Alexandria the Great, and she's very powerful. So in my head, I'm like, okay, how can I make this look realistic about dumbing down my characters and not dumbing down his character? So what I was able to put together was, Straps is a shooter. He just got guns and just be shooting stuff. He's shooting at her. She blocking the shots like it ain't nothing. Kiyomi, she kind of her sight is. I don't know her exact power. I can't think of them right now, but it has something to do with her sight, where she'll be able to dodge a strike from Alexandria or whatever. While Street Smarts and her do their thing in the air, trying to add some support to the Superwoman.
No, that definitely makes a lot of sense. And what has been your favorite part of building the story, like making the comic so far?
The finished result, when I look at it, it makes me smile. When you create something and it get put all together. Sometimes I can't sleep at night. Sometimes I got stuff going on. Or I know I'm about to finish. I can't even sleep. I'm just ready to see it. You know what I'm saying? And I show my kids, my kids, they look at it, they like, oh yeah, I like this. I get their input on everything. I just like doing it, especially since I've been watching this type of stuff since I was a child, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, with technology, a lot of times being my age, a lot of stuff I do now, I never even thought I'd be even doing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even think this was possible where I could sit here and create characters, create a comic book, you know what I'm saying, on my own. So they be sometimes amazing me too.
No, yeah, that's definitely true. And I wanted to ask because there's so many topics that you guys can talk about like in this story, and I've seen that because how copacetic is religious, and then you want to bring like the street smarts but also like the supernatural. So for people that may not know like what to expect on the different topics that you guys were talking about within the story, you can definitely share that now.
Okay. So I know we're one. So right now we're trying to build towards this one big event that's going on right now. They'll bring like it's actually three of us, whatever. It's myself, and we also got another friend. He's a young boy though. He's probably like 17, 18 years old. He's from Nigeria or whatever. I met him when I first started doing comics, and I always kept in touch with him. Like if I start talking to somebody, I'm gonna keep talking. Like the few people that I met and I chit chat with, I keep a strong relationship with them. So okay, I gotta remember. Okay, so what we're working towards for right now is something called the Stone Blood War. And with the Stone Blood War, I got this really tight weapon called the sphere, the sphere spear, whatever. So when they touch, it awakens gargoyles. And if anybody know in the back history of gargoyles, they kind of they're there to scare demons and stuff like that. So when they awaken, it kind of send like a sign in the air. And like Copa said, to see the sign, whatever. Since he religious, he know the gargoyles awoke. It's bad. What I'm saying? That's bad. So what the gargoyles want Transylvania. You know what I'm saying? They want to get why these vampires over here just ruling Transylvania like that. You know what I'm saying? So they want to go take Transylvania. So it becomes like a rift within a world where Black Bat, for instance, is in Big City, but when the gargoyles awaken, he trying to get to Transylvania. You know what I'm saying? He trying to go get ready for war. You know what I'm saying? And different type of characters with far as like the religious based and a supernatural based coming to that aspect. Not our superheroes might not come exactly to that aspect, but for the main part of our story anyway is the supernatural and the religious aspect. We also do have superheroes too, but you know what I'm saying? But they're gonna be the big thing to kind of set the tone for the world and everything like that.
No, yeah, that definitely makes sense. And I would say because there's anti-heroes and then regular heroes and monsters, have you run into any difficulty like dealing with like the nuance of them, like how they are like antagonists to each other or how they may work with each other sometimes? Because like how I've seen, anything can happen. Sometimes they need somebody and like, but they don't want to do it. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. So I kind of I try to scare that on how evil the character is. You know what I'm saying? Like I think some characters they just want the world to be over with, whether they did or not. You know what I'm saying? So if I got that type of character, he can't even work with a bad person. You know what I'm saying? If I got somebody he ain't even trying to work with no bad person, then I got somebody like Black Bat, for instance. He probably only work with a bad person if you're an ally. If you're not really got exactly what he got going on, he's not really trying to work with you if you're bad. Matter of fact, most of the people he get into it with are other bad people. Most of the time he get into a good person, they trying to stop him from doing something. Or when he runs to him, they actually trying to help them for whatever a big problem is, because he doesn't want the world to end. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to see the city on flame. Him himself don't want to rule the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm just out here to survive, trying to do the best way he can. Now, what he want to do though, he do want to kill Dracula. There's one thing he want to do.
Okay.
His father, whatever. But Dracula had raped his mother and stuff like that. That's why. It's kind of like in the beginning of the story, that's really his main mission. You know what I'm
saying? Okay. And I definitely saw an interesting character, Raven of the Night. I definitely want to pull that one up with Black Cat.
So. Okay. Yeah. Raven, that's one of my friend characters. The same person got Malora Doom. I did a comic book with him. Also, if you look you go to our Global comic page, Black Bat makes an appearance in her comics, whatever. So it's kind of like he had some. I don't exactly know exactly what's going on in that comic, whatever. But it's one of my friends, and we kind of collab whenever we want to.
Yeah, definitely. And
but it's good. It's a good comic book though. Her comic book also is free on Facebook. Ahmed Kumazi did his comic book, but if you find his page, it's free.
Definitely. And definitely want to ask about this character as well, from Brother Nature.
Oh yeah.
I like the fact that like how you broke it down to like each country, because like each like city and then like country, they're known for different spiritual religions. So like it seems like they're an expert in all of that. So definitely, what thought went into this character? Because it's a lot. Like not many people know that like certain countries have certain religions. They don't have the same religion. You know what I mean?
Fact. So with this character, right? I wanted a magic character, something like Doctor Strange, something like that. Okay, so but I want him to be black, of course. So I thought of Mother Nature. I'm like, I'm calling Brother Nature. So off the strength, he'll be able to control all plant life. You know what I'm saying? And I want him to be the son of Mother Nature, like he was born in the Garden of Eden and stuff like that. Then as a child, he went out on his magical journey, seeing different things. He been alive forever too. But at the same time, I wanted him to actually study black magic. Like most of the magic he got is from black people, except for like Las Vegas. And I just kind of included what's, black people are there too, but you know what I'm saying? I want to include some regular stuff that everybody might know, you know what I'm saying? But I actually had to do research for all the magic, make sure I'm doing it right, you know what I'm saying? So I researched all of that before I just put it together. And make sure all the magic from each place was correct. And that's kind of how I put him together, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want him to be just magically powerful. And most of my stuff, if you look at it, powers that I have and everything, the speed limits and everything it would be scientifically correct. You know what I'm saying? Like all the stuff that I have exists in the real world. Nothing I have gonna be like too out the world. I want everything to be kind of normal. So, that's why I hate when I got talk to other people with other comic books, so we might battle our characters and stuff. Because I look at it, I be scaling their characters down. World, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't understand what you're talking about because everything I got is based on the world.
But I feel like in your case it makes it easier, I guess, to explain the powers because not knocking like the other, like if they have a good like power breakdown system, it's okay. But sometimes like if they don't have it, it's a little bit confusing to follow. So I feel like it's okay. It's like it makes it easier for people to understand. But yeah, definitely. And I also wanted to ask about this character right here because this is a very interesting, and this is not the first time that I've seen it throughout like you guys promoting these different characters and everything like that.
So this Pumpkinhead, this picture right here is what led me to Javon. Matter of fact, this is a Halloween story I was putting together. So off the strength I had came up with Pumpkinhead, whatever. There's a common character, you know what I'm saying? This is our version of Pumpkinhead. It was Halloween time. I just wanted to put like a mini story together for real. I just was feeling it, you know what I'm saying? And I needed him to be powerful enough to face this many characters and these powerful enough of characters. So that's how I came up with Pumpkinhead, though.
And like from what I'm reading, it looks like this character fights like some of the other characters, but there's multiple characters, so like from your other series and everything that kind of spawn when he spawns. Like what's kind of the significance of Pumpkinhead, to be honest?
Okay, so what he was trying to do at this point was so he got his own little world that he's in, but he's actually trying to conquer like different dimensions and different universes and stuff like that. I'm not sure who did it yet because I ain't got that far with his story if I ever go back to him, but who trapped him in this dimension. But he was trying to get all of them there to steal their powers so he could travel different places because like Lily got magical powers. Rage actually can travel through dimensions. He wanted black bat blood crown, you know what I'm saying? He wanted different things for every character, whatever. So he go on his journey and basically start taking over universes and you know what I'm saying, like on some Ultron, whatever type stuff.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And I kind of wanted to go back to the Stone Blood War because how much detail are you going to go into this? Because I know some people when they do their comments, they have like, how to say this, like they have like each era, I guess you could say, like it's a certain amount of time. Like have you planned like how long you think this one's going to be? Because there's a lot going on just in this one, like the few panels that you have here.
Right. Okay. So I do want to. I'm glad you came up with this comic. But in my first comic book, if you look at the last page of my first comic book, it was a mob leader, and he's talking about the power. It was a Russian mob leader. He's talking about the power game. Like they came here, robbed the bank. They a little mad about it, but he said, "But have you ever heard of the spear, whatever?" And like this, the relic they gonna awaken the gargoyles, whatever. So there's a key. There's like a little key thing right there that the Russian mob actually gonna be the ones to get the spear, whatever. And this comic actually too right here is if you know, Javon actually has a character called Tharasel. Okay. So this also play a part in the Stone Blood War because in this part right here, this is actually the future. You know what I'm saying? Because it's Black Bat. But see, because Black Bat got two appearances. When he have his ski mask on and stuff like that, he actually in Big City being a gang member. So when he had like his crown on, his cape, he's in Transylvania being the prince of Transylvania. So this moment right here, Tharasel is the beginning of all vampires. So he actually trying to get the Tharasel to figure out how to kill Dracula. And this seal right here is what's gonna point him in that direction. And all that will come more will come into play. He's gonna go actually see Thyrasail during the Stone Blood War, because during the war he kind of wants to kill him during the war.
Okay.
So don't nobody know that he killed him, but
Oh, okay. I see. That's very interesting. So, okay. So definitely, it seems like you guys are not afraid to show like present day, future, and like past as well. I would assume.
Facts, yes. So you just however it comes. Sometimes I don't know how it gonna come. Like when I see stuff, I put it together in my head. Sometimes, like actually these panels actually were drawn by somebody, and was no story to it. So as I looked at it, I said, what would make sense?
Mm.
And that's kind of how I put it together. You know what I'm saying? Like, this would make sense to me.
Definitely. And I'm trying to recall from when I spoke to Copacetic, but um, I always ask people, especially when they have like the series, deadly that Power Gang, and just in general for like veilbound comics, are you keeping like most of the stories within the same universe where like the characters cross over like in the different stories, or are you planning for it to be like a multiverse like some people where they're in like different areas?
Well, okay, so I want everything that my character do to be canon. So to me, everything will be in insane universe. But it is possible for them to travel to other universes, if you get what I'm saying. So for to them, everything is going kind of like how they got. I guess how I don't know if Spun was actually done like that, but I think that like the main line storyline of Spun just been just continuing. I kind of want mine like that. I don't want like a bunch of different versions of my character. I just want one version. So if I die, I don't want nobody just coming up with some crazy stuff that I ain't. You know what I'm saying? I just want one version. This is what I want right here. 'Cause I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. It might just be me, but I don't even like when like when I see Captain America, right? I just want the white man Captain America. I don't be liking all the other stuff. Like into that type. I don't like they make characters different stuff. Cause I grew up on certain stuff. Like when I see it, kind of throw me off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I just want to stick to the baseline, the base storyline. You know what I'm saying? They kind of just, but I'm old school, so you know what I'm saying. I be set in my ways, so you know.
But no, it's fine because I always ask because like everybody has a different, and that's actually true. You know what I mean? At least if it's in the same universe, you can't be like, oh, we're gonna jack it for something, because it's like your specific, their specific universe that you created. So if they try to recreate it, they at least have to ask you like, hey, am I doing it correctly as opposed to like you throw them somewhere else and then. And I also wanted to talk about Captain Stargazer. I was going to pull up one of the ones that made me know that you were the co-founder, actually, because I saw like all the different characters. I saw like Black Cat. I saw the Captain Stargazer. I saw Copacetic. Let me pull that up right now. So right here.
Okay, so this how this picture came about. Like I said, it's three of us, whatever. So I use our main characters, each person main character to come up with this picture. I just wanted like us, our big three. So Black Bat is of course my hero. Captain Stargazer is my friend from Nigeria, hero Joseph Patrick, and Copa Study Javon Young, hero. So they kind of how this picture came about, and I gave like a little bio of each character and kind of what they mean within our universe, whatever.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. And I wanted to ask, what is like the direction that you want to take the Deadly Adventures of the Power Game?
So actually, what my real passion is probably really going to like making movies and animation. Because I look at it like when I watch when you watch movies, most of the time they get movies from books, old plays. You know what I'm saying? Just the books are the scripts. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm writing these comic books, to me, I feel like I'm writing the script. Kind of, if you get what I'm saying. So also too, I kind of want to do my comic book. Like if I ever do a comic book movie, I kind of want to mix up like something like Planet Terror mixed with Little Sin City. You know what I'm saying?
That's definitely an interesting mix right there. And welcome to all the people coming in here. And shout out to Midnight Comics. And definitely one of the questions that I asked on the show is about like support like in the blurred slash black community. I asked what do we do well to support each other and what we're doing. What can we do better to continue, supporting each other because everybody has a different opinion on that based on their own experience.
You talk within the comic book community.
Yeah, like whichever, because everybody's in a different part of the blur community, so they have a different experience in that specific part of the community. So yeah, I think we.
Okay. Okay, so for the black creators in the comic book industry, whatever. I think the best way we support each other is like, if you read comic books, buy comic books. Like I buy other people comic books. I got a few on. You'd be surprised. That'd be number one. Likes, shares. You know what I'm saying? If especially like somebody doing what you're doing, likes and shares is very important. Commenting is very important. You know what I'm saying? Streaming, try to run up their views or whatever. Make sure you paying attention, tuning in if you support that person. Especially they doing good work. Um, hmm. But I think that's what people can do for the like the comic book world. I don't know if there's too much you could do besides that type of stuff. But if we talk about the actual world, you know what I'm saying? I think for us the actual world, we got to build families first because you can't have unity without no family. You know what I'm saying? So if we start getting back to having a family, I think a lot of black people are, like TV tell you a different story, but as I look at me and my friend group, stuff like that, a lot of us start having families. You know what I'm saying? Well, we've been had families to be for real. But so once you get a family, you start getting unity and you start having a community. You know what I'm saying? And I think we gotta get back to find out how to establish our communities. Like in my city that I live in, a lot of older black people die and their house just be left. In a minute, a couple years, the city buy the house, sell it to somebody. Now every black person got to rent that house for $1,200 to $1,400 when a black person should have been renting that house out to somebody. You know what I'm saying? So I just think we just got to figure out. Then also older black people got to realize, even as I'm getting old, we got to realize that our lives, that the times that we lived in, not gonna be the same times our kids lived in, and we can't hold on to that. You know what I'm saying? We got to pass down whatever knowledge we can. Also, we got to also learn when to give up position. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes people be too old for a position and want to be there till they die. Move out the way. You know what I'm saying? Move out the way. Let somebody get their position so they be able to take care of their family. Because you got what you got right now. Let somebody else be able to get the fruit of that labor instead of having to wait till they buy old to get their fruit.
Yeah, that's definitely very true. And I also noticed that like Black Cat has like multiple forms, which I thought is interesting. And he has a final form, which I'm gonna pull up right now. Let me get that right here. So what like is there like different requirements or things that has to happen for him to get to this final form and just in general? Or
Yeah, so kind of what happens is, when he in big city, whatever, he in his street level, you know what I'm saying? He out there doing things. He's not drinking as much blood as he normally do. Um, when he in Transylvania though, he has a wife. Whatever. I don't know. It's a picture with him. He's sitting on like a throne
yeah.
with like a little creature. So that's his actual wife.
Mm,
Whatever. So, but the type of she's kind of real feral. So in order for them to get married, she
mhm,
bit him. Whatever. So when she bit him, it caused her increase in size.
mm,
Okay. So, and they got like she's so feral that they got like a mental connection. So when he around her, he becomes a little bit more like violent, whatever. Also, this crown on his head plays another place, a point in him becoming a little bit meaner and crazier too. Once when he had the crown on his head, it make him more bloodthirsty because it called the king blood crown. With that crown, he able to bend blood. So the crown wants blood. You know what I'm saying? It's begging for blood, kind of sort of speak, kind of like on Vox Machina where old buddy had that sword.
mhm.
Kind of someone like that.
That's interesting. And I think the picture you're talking about, I think I saw it actually. Let me this one right here.
Yes. So there's his wife right there.
Oh, she looks. Yeah, she looked like when you were saying Farrah, not joking. She looked like she would hurt somebody.
So we like that way he got her on the leash. She can't have like she's gonna bite even vampires. She killing vampires. You know what I'm saying? Like anything around. The only person she come around is him. Other than that, she attacking everything.
Okay. Oh wow. No, like the art is really good on that. I will say that as well. And also there's like what I noticed is that you always have to expect the unexpected within the comic because right here with the Russian mob, this was so what was the inspiration for this?
Okay. So look, I want you to go to another picture real quick so I can explain something real quick.
Yeah,
It's a
no
picture.
problem.
It's a picture. It's like a purple background with all three of them and some other characters, whatever. It's
This
up.
one?
I think it's up. It's at the
This
top.
oh,
Oh, not that one.
uh,
Right there, right there.
this one? Oh,
To the go up one. Go up.
right here.
Yeah, right there, right there.
Okay.
Okay, so far this picture right, this picture actually shows everything they're going to transpire within my comic. So the phase one is when they fight the Russian mob, which is more of a Straps villain. And you see Straps back there keep kicking a Russian mob builder shooting. Then phase two, which is gonna lead to the Stone Blood War and Black Bat. And you see him from the gargoyle or whatever. And then as far as street smarts, it's gonna be like an alien invasion, kind of so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he got to find aliens and stuff like that. So it's kind of how it kind of depicting how my story gonna evolve and stuff like that. So in the other picture right now, they still just got the big city and they're going to war with the Russian mob, kind of so to speak. And their war with the Russian mob is what's gonna lead to this the sphere spear and the gargoyles being awakened. Not even on purpose. Like don't nobody know gargoyles, you know what I'm saying? It's just a war between two gangs and it awakens something. And then when Black Bat had like, oh, I gotta leave y'all. I gotta go check some baby.
Oh my god, there's a lot going on. Okay, so I see. So it goes from one thing to the next to the next. Like that's great.
Yeah. Well, the transition from the Stone Blood War to the aliens gonna be a little bit slower. It might be like some issues in between before they even get kind of started because I really don't got that figured out how I'm brained into it, you know. And then plus that might be years from now.
Oh yeah, that's perfectly fine. I mean, like, there's no need to like rush it because, like, you know, everything takes time. So, but I feel like wherever you're at now is good. So don't worry. And I wanted to ask because I did ask Copacetic, what are some of the goals that you have for Veilbound Comics as a whole?
Okay, so like I said, my first two comic books were lessons. I feel like if you read the story, you kind of get where I'm coming from. Like my first story is simple, but there's a lot going on. I'm dropping like little. If you read it, okay, so if you read my next issue, and you will understand the first issue a lot better. You know what I'm saying? But I'm dropping like little Easter eggs in my first story, but it's also just a simple story. They ain't doing nothing but robbing the bank. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted something so simple that you know it's not too much. You know, something that wasn't too much for my first comic. But I just felt like my artwork could have been better. You know what I'm saying? So really my vision right now for Veilbound is I want to drop quality comic books. You know what I'm saying? Like my next comic book, it got to be quality. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like I gave my first comic book away just for free. You know what I'm saying? I ain't made $1. I spent already thousands, you know. But I just felt like it was ready to be sold. You know what I'm saying? But my next comic book, I want to sell it. I want to, you know what I'm saying, hit the market. And I feel like when I get my next comic book done, I want to go to Comic-Con and stuff like that, be very more proactive. I'll be able to be, you know what I'm saying? I got something to sell. You know what I'm saying? I got a reason to be here. You know what I'm saying? So it's actually my goal to produce a quality comic book that I'll be proud to sell to somebody face to face.
No, yeah, that's a fair goal. You'll get it done. I believe you'll get it done. The next time I see you posting, or if you come back on the show, you're gonna be like, "Hey, I sold the book. I went."
Next time you see me, gonna be at a Comic-Con somewhere.
Exactly. No,
that one.
it's funny how life works. Like I've had people come on where they're like, "I'm gonna do this." They end up doing it. Like not.
Where you from?
I'm from New Jersey. I live in Irvington.
Okay. I probably won't be that far up though. But I do be in the DMV area sometimes.
Yeah, I do try to travel. I do try to travel out of state, but you know, sometimes job and everything. But I do go to a few. I go to like BlurCon and like DreamCon and stuff like that.
See my baby, my mom in the DMV right now. So
yeah, of course. But I manifest stuff for you. That's gonna be exciting when you get to, you know, vent at your first convention. And I want to ask, how do you deal with like, you know, imposter syndrome or balancing, you know, regular life with trying to, you know, build your company and write at the same time?
That's the actually the roughest part of it. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause it costs money, and I got 6 children.
Oh man.
So I think I balance it well. What I do though, I give myself deadlines to have certain things done by the certain time. You know what I'm saying? I try to meet the deadline. If I don't meet it, then I get into rush mode. Like I gotta hurry get this done. Like as soon as I get anything freed up, it just gotta get done. I try to handle it also like a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I can't. You know what I'm saying? You gotta bring a product in order to start selling products. So I kind of look at it like that. Right now, I'm building up my stock and my inventory.
Oh yeah, that definitely makes a lot of sense. And I would say, how has creating the company and writing, how has it helped you as a person? It could be in any way.
Hmm. It actually made me read more. I pay attention to other people comic books a lot more, and I look for certain things like in a writing, like um, like one thing I try to do with my comic books. Whatever you see in the picture won't be said. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? And I notice that a lot. Sometimes I see something in the picture already and again said like, "Why did you say it? I can see it." You should be adding some extra information in there to try to build on your story. Like if I can see it, you don't got to say
mm. No, yeah, that's true.
it.
That's true. Kind of like just having the nuance, like kind of like it's shown, but it's not. It doesn't have to always be explained. Like kind of like
Mhm.
that, right? No, yeah, that makes sense. I also have some other great comic creators, like even the ones that are here, Midnight Comics, Obsidian Comics, when they're doing their comics, like always like to go on a damn freaking cliffhanger. I'm like, I'm like in a good way. I'm like, I need more. Like, give me more. But yeah, I definitely understand. And I actually there was a character that I saw, Warmony. I wanted to put that picture up.
A woman, woman.
And like what their role is in the story. Because first off, the characters like looks unsettling. I was like, wait a second. Let me pull them up. Okay, right here. There you go, right there.
So with this character right here, Warmony. So he actually is Black Bat arch nemesis, whatever. So this is how Black Bat get the crown that he has. Warmony actually stole the crown from Dracula and went to a different world.
Mm,
And Dracula sent Black Bat to go get it. So he goes to get the crown. Black Bat never really know who this person is, never even see the full capability that this guy even has. He just get the crown and leave. He don't know Warmony, like he just split the man body up like 2 times, whatever. But when he
mm,
split up, he duplicates himself. You know what I'm saying? So, but every duplication got the motives of the main being, whatever. So like he'll never be in a fight himself. He be somewhere off somewhere else. But he sends soldiers in to fight and stuff like that. But right now he's trying to find his way to Big City, well through the world back to where they at. But he want revenge on Black Bat.
okay, that's definitely gonna be interesting when you get to like talk about it more.
Mhm.
And I actually want to ask, do you have a favorite character within the comic so far that you
Do I
shared?
do I have a favorite character? I actually like my 2 superheroes. I like Minnie Missile and Cyborg. I like them a lot. I like Minnie Missile the most. You know what I'm saying? But he might be my favorite character. Be for real, for real.
Oh, why is he your favorite character?
People like I like superheroes too, and cause he like a scientist, but he a cripple whatever, and he got like in a wheelchair that trained into a machine, but I don't know. He just be fighting for goodness. You know what I'm saying? Like he just so pure. He kind of like my Captain America kind of so to speak, but within the Iron Man body kind of so to speak. He just a good person. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
Even though the things that he did to Cyborg kind of horrific. You know.
You're like, what's a little sacrifice?
Cause I'm like, okay, so if you read my first comic, you'll see a point where Black Bat takes out Cyborg eye, right? So
Hmm.
in my second comic though, it's gonna be a scene where he's replacing his eyeball with like a computer eye, whatever. But you're gonna see how much of his body is gone, whatever. And this is my plan. And then people gonna be talking around him. Nobody gonna really be noticing everything, but he gonna drop a tear about getting his eye replaced. I think it'll be
Okay, that's definitely interesting. And I wanted to ask, how was it growing up? Liking what you like, as as they say, like a blurred. Because like doesn't matter if you like anime, you like superheroes, you don't like superheroes, still makes you a blurred. How was it growing up for you, and how do you feel now that you get to create your own stories that people can love and share and be part of that fandom?
So okay, so as a person, I'm a weird character. You know what I'm saying? I'm a weird character, and what I mean by that is I get with a group of white people, and because I watch all type of TV too. You know what I'm saying? I actually don't even like to watch realistic TV. All TV I watch like fantasy and stuff like that. So even when I get around white people, I fit in. I just know how to talk. Around the toughest people I fit in. You know what I'm saying? So I never not had to hide what I like. You know what I'm saying? People might make little jokes, but with me jokes, people don't make more than 1 or 2 jokes.
Yeah.
So I never really had no problem. You know what I'm saying? Because I like what I like. You know what I'm saying? I like. If anything, I used to try to put people on to stuff that I like. I can't understand why they don't like it. Like, come here, you don't like it? We gotta watch the show. Right? We gotta watch the episode right now. I'm gonna show you my favorite episode. Tell me how you don't like this. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I definitely get that.
So if anything, I'm fortunate, like you gonna come around, you gonna have like I remember my girlfriend I've been with for forever, whatever. The first time she came around me, I was watching The Office. And I'm like 20 years old at the time. And she hated it. She like, why are you watching this? You know what I'm saying? A couple months later, she in there laughing with me, watching The Office.
That's funny. And one of the last questions I was gonna ask is, I guess, have you considered animation when it comes to some of the projects that you're doing, particularly the Deadly Adventures of Power Gang? Because I saw a little clip that you got to do, and I wanted to ask about it. So.
Oh yeah, yes. So with that clip, it's decent, but it's something I felt like could have been done better. But it's just something we just wanted to play with real quick. And yes, I actually I've been talking to a couple of people about some animation, whatever. And that's my So what my plan is right now is I already have started my next comic book. I'm a couple pages in. I kind of want to drop an animation before I do drop my comic book, but the animation will be to introduce my comic books. We'll be introducing the Power Game. You know what I'm saying? Like if I go to a comic con, I can have a plan on the screen, whatever, kind of so to speak, like that. So when I do one, especially after seeing Hulkbreaker and Impound and Coaches, the animation, but all the animation was amazing. You know what I'm saying? I seen that. I said, we gotta step this up. You know what I'm saying? Like this is amazing. You know what I'm saying? I love that animation. So it actually inspired me. Like, okay, I want to do it again. You know what I'm saying? So matter of fact, the person that made Coach's animation before his animation even dropped, me and him already had been speaking. So he already got my script and everything. So
Okay, here we go. They do that a little bit. But no, definitely shout out to the people you said as well. Impound Comics was at DreamCon, I think. I missed the booth. I forgot to go to the booth, but like I appreciate everything they're doing as well. They're doing the thing over there with like the animation, and I think they're trying the live action. They're trying to do as well. I believe, or like the movie. Because I saw like the live action version of the characters and stuff in one of the clips. So definitely they're doing a good job over there.
Most definitely. Yeah, I had seen this thing. He said he had his own store. Like he had went somewhere, the person gave him a store. I was like, oh my God. What did he do it?
And it was definitely a pleasure having you get to learn more about, the comic and then just Veilbound comics in general from your perspective. Hopefully you had a good time.
All right, I did. Thanks for talking to me too, and thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So I just want to give you the floor now to like let people know where to follow you, where to keep up with everything that you're doing, and when the next issue comes out and everything like that.
The next issue will probably come out beginning of next year. It'll be called Deadly Adventures of Power Gang, issue 2, Big City Stories. I actually have 3 comic books I've done myself, which is Deadly Adventures of Power Gang, and I got one called Off-World Shadows of the Precipice and Eclipse of the Crown, and I got one called The Deadly Adventures of Mechanical Hero. Now, those are my three comic books. You can find all those for completely free on Veilbound Comics on Global Comics. Also, there's two other comic books from my friend Joseph that's on there called Might Man. One called Might Man, and the other one is Issue One of Construct. But yeah, so there's everything. Everything you can follow me everywhere. Facebook. I'm about to say MySpace, but not MySpace, but Instagram. It's really a digital power game. Just type it in. You can Google me. I'll pop up.
Definitely, and I definitely want to share the website real quick for
Oh,
those
yeah,
stories because they are there. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, definitely right there, guys. If you guys, those are all the titles that he mentioned as well. There's three that are his and his friends as well. So definitely, please go support. I'm definitely gonna continue reading because I did start. I did start. You know the Deadly Adventures of Power Gang, and then I was planning to read the other ones as well. So yeah, definitely. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the show. I really do appreciate you guys so much, and I will let you guys know when the next show is going to be. For those that don't know who I am, hi, my name is Lizzie. I have my art brand, Animeinkart. We're not near the wall because we use the living room for our computer for this setup. But I traditionally draw, digitally edit to create my own style. We're trying to get back into that. Commissions are open for those that are interested, particularly for the end of this month into June. That will help us with other projects that we're working on. One I can't really share because I'm just waiting for me to have stuff to really like share it on the show. But for the people that know what I'm working on, it's been a fun process. I also cosplay as well. I was a cosplay model for Otaku Noir. They make cool mystery boxes, and if you use code Anime Inkar, you should get free shipping off your order. They had a Syrians box, which was all Black women, authors and artists that came together to celebrate like Syrians. Mami Wata. I made a sticker for it. He let me do art. So it's a full circle moment. If the box is still available, please go and purchase it over at their website, otakunoir.com. You can go to the unboxing page and all the artists, including my stuff, will be there, all their links. So definitely let me be a good affiliate and put that in the bio so that you guys can do that. So let me do that right now. Okay, copy and then paste because I am trying to be good. um, but right here, you can go to the website, you can go to the unboxing, go to the Syrians box, and you'll be able to see all of us there. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And also, we are a volunteer with Critical Care Comics. It's been about a year now. So, Critical Care Comics, they have heroes that dress up in Marvel and DC characters, regular volunteers like me. There's a chapter in Las Vegas, New York, and South Carolina. I'm part of New York. In New York, we go to Jacoby Hospital and we give toys and comics to the children at the hospitals, put a smile on their face, even if it's only 26 pages at a time. That's their tagline. So basically, if you want to volunteer to be a part of Critical Care Comics, definitely go to their website. They have a volunteer form. They also have a donation fund for a cancer fund as well. If you want to donate, you can donate. There's a form where if you want to donate comics and toys as well. So we really appreciate any ways that you want to help. So definitely, here is the website for that. And yeah, we do a lot of things as you can see. So if you want to keep up with us, definitely check us out on the main page. So Anime Inkart 1, that's where you'll get the link tree. That's where you'll get, all the things that you need. So I'm going to share that as well. And yeah, let's put that. And then, yeah, with that. And with that, I did my job. I promoted myself as well. And with that, we're signing off, guys.
Have a
Bye.
good night.